Back to my 1980 C3 Corvette. If you've missed any videos in the series, I'll link them here. Funny thing is we're kind of dwindling down. The exterior of the car is going to remain the same, so you're not going to really see me do anything there. But I am just finishing up some little teeny tidbits like some rear window trim, some lower front grills, and some sun visors. Not a whole lot to do. Eventually, I do want to add a NOS. I think that would be super cool, and have the tanks, 2 tanks mounted in the back. Even if I never use it, how cool would that be, right? Just to like see the tanks in the back. But that's for another day. So let's wind this down because very soon we're going to be working on the 1965 Ford Falcon Futura, which I'm so stoked about. All right, let's go. Look at the rain. I mean, it has just rained for 2 days last week, and this is what rain and trees do to the car. I got a new alternator coming for you, buddy. Don't worry, new alternator. Suburban 2. Looks like it's been through some kind of a war. 2 days. 2 days of rain. And this is what you have. But I'm a cheater and I have a car wash guy coming today to wash all my cars. So I'm excited. I get a fresh start. It always feels good. Like that feeling you get when you put away all your dirty laundry, finally, that one time a year. And I'm not lazy for not washing my cars. It's a matter of time management. If I spend an hour and a half to 2 hours washing my cars, when am I possibly going to have time to actually work on my car? You know what I mean? You got to manage your time wisely, right? The other thing that I have today that I forgot is I finally ordered that right side kick panel. So that's cool because I've got my left side and I need my right side. I just realized though that I am out of the glue that I use. So I should order that now. Gotta wait for it to warm up before I move it. Those forged internals. I'm told not to move it cold. Another thing that I'm gonna do today, the visors. I'm going to replace the visors. So this one's broken and that one's bent. These are the areas. So interesting, huh? So maybe the screws were in the wrong way. For those of you who watched my video last week, you'll see I ran into some embarrassing difficulty putting these lower grills back in. It should be a pretty basic piece of cake job, and for whatever reason, it absolutely wasn't. And I gave up. Can you imagine that? And me giving up, but I did. So let's go ahead and get those installed real quick with a fresh brain. Man, the more I look, you know, when you start to like look at your project car and then you see like little cracks and things like this, it can really drive you crazy. I guess the key is to just not look too close with anything, really. That girl at the bar, don't look too close. Those eyebrows are drawn on. Just kidding. These are clean. I actually cleaned them like 3 times. Who knew that laying down was the key to success here? Time to use every random screw I have. It's crazy how much easier something is when you're not like tired or stressed out. These lights, they never were hard. I was the hard one. It was me, not them. This van. Sorry about the noise. The car wash man's truck is pretty darn loud. Little backstory to this car and this project. So originally I was really excited about having this this car because I wanted to take it to a drag strip. I wanted this to be my drag strip car. Now, unfortunately, the drag strip that I used to go to when I was a kid, which was the LACR, the Los Angeles County Raceway out in Palmdale, which my dad would take my sister and I to once in a while when we were kids, that shut down in '07. And we had long stopped going there, probably like in the mid '80s. So then my track was Irwindale. I would take my mom there quite recently, and sadly, Irwindale closed down in 2024. They were there from 99 to 2024. So the nearest track is now Willow Springs, which is a pain in the butt to get to. And I'm not really a big fan of the track. I have to give it a try, but that's the history, what I really wanted to do with this car. Paying someone to wash your car is one of life's luxuries. And if you know, you know. I got better things to do than clean my cars. I'd love to clean my cars. If I didn't have a full-time job, Monday would be my car cleaning day. But that is not the case. If YouTube was my full-time job, the content would be outlandish. Outlandishly wonderful. Let's light them up. I want is brighter, but whatever. I don't know. That's so weird. One of the bulbs is brighter than the other. The car wash man is here in his magic van, so he's gonna wash my cars. And you guys, again, I'm not lazy. It's time management. I can't sit around with filthy cars. And I don't wash them all on the inside too. I only wash like the daily drivers on the inside. I can't stand a dirty car. I don't like clutter. I don't like napkins. I don't like sweaters in the car. If you go in my car, any one of them at any time, you'd think that they were brand new, because if anything, at the most, there is a baseball hat in a few of my cars. That's it. Anyways, check this out. I couldn't find a new one for some strange reason. They were just sold out like everywhere. So this is a very nice, I hope it's very nice, used one. It's silver, so I'm gonna have to paint it black right now. I don't need to paint all of it because carpet goes on it. So let me see here. Okay, so that's what I got. Here we go. Semi-gloss, great. Chaotic area. Now, if that part wasn't hidden down in a kick panel lower area of the car and wasn't going to be covered with carpet, I would do a lot better job, trust me. So while that dries with its first coat, let's take the T-tops off and figure out these sun visors. It feels so good going through all the boxes of random parts I have today. Check it out. So I got these non-telescopic sun visor support kits from none other than Flight Automotive. So they came with the two rods, 2 springs, and 2 retaining clips, and 2 plugs. And it was only $53.99, which I thought was a steal. So then the visors themselves, I cheaped out. I went to eBay, and for $63.93, I got the left and right side. They don't have a mirror or anything like that, but I don't need it, and the quality was great. Let me get the old one. Alright, so the old one was up like this. This is for the passenger side. It had a little light, which I don't need and don't want because I have no passengers. And even if I did, you think I want them to see themselves in the mirror? No way. So it looks like, I don't know, what do you think? Your guess is as good as mine. Let's see if this configuration fits. Easiest install ever. So they do fit like this. This is the configuration that they go in. Could have told, I know, you guys are probably watching this like, durr. Now this rod slips into the hole. Anybody want to make a joke about it? The rod slips into the hole, but it doesn't fit smoothly. You actually have to jam it in there.
And so I had to take out one of my handy dandy rubber mallets, and I was jamming on it, and then I realized I was going to damage my brand new sun visor. So I thought about using the end of my bench for leverage. So I just lined it up with that metal piece and jammed it in there. It was a perfect fit once it was kind of, you know, snug in there. Nobody wants a loose rod in their hole, right? Look at that. Perfect. So it will stay up. I don't want to be driving along and then the sun visor starts, you know, slowly inching its way down in front of my face. Have you ever had a loose sun visor? They're just ghastly. You don't want to deal with it. Trust me. Look at that. Perfect. Beautiful. Put another coat of paint on. Getting out one more or maybe two more coats of paint. This is for my right side kick panel. Coming along real nicely. Was too lazy to put gloves on, so I spray painted my hand. Look at that. Now we got to take the T-tops off. Okay. We need something to take this guy out. How about this? Just bounce out violently. So make sure to either wear safety goggles or close your eyes. I actually watched a YouTube tutorial on how to do this. It wasn't common sense and I didn't have it in a book, but some gentleman did a really great video on how to remove these. I don't know why, I just didn't think about them having a cap with a spring and a retainer clip in it. And in this guy's tutorial, he used a socket to push the rod out, and I just thought it was genius, so I copied him. Thank you, sir. Ta-da! And it's time for the other side. So you pry this little cap out of the way. Once this cap's out of the way, you got to dig in there for that retainer clip. And that retainer clip is a little bit tricky to get out. This one was so smashed in because this was the broken side. So yeah, it wasn't fun. I did end up getting it out. And, you know, before I realized how to do this, I was just trying to use brute force before I watched that Clever Man's YouTube tutorial. I think this has got to be one of the most satisfying jobs that I've done on this Corvette to date.
There it is.
Okay, we got a new spring and a new retainer clip. All right. And then this spring goes on top. I don't know why the spring goes on. I don't know why we need the spring, to be completely honest, but it was born with a spring, it shall have a new spring. Got a little socket here. Keep going with this. All right. And then this little retaining clip. Well, I guess I'll take the plastic off first. There you go. Just pushes right in. Other side. Okay. Get our little spring and retainer clip. Boop. Boop. Oops. My goodness. I'm stoked. Worth whatever I spent on these, which actually wasn't much.
that's gonna dry. I can't put it in until it's totally dry so that I'll sit for a little while. And then my kick panels will be done. And I also am going to add the rest of my screws to my door panels. I got a bunch of these long self-tapping screws for them, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. Oh, and also this Easy Loom whatever kit, this is what I'm going to use to wrap my wires under my hood for my headlights. Golly, lots of things. If there ever was a perfect day of project carring, I think today was it. Everything was smooth. I got my lower grills in, my sun visors in, I painted my kick panel, I got my kick panel glue, I put the carpet on the kick panel. I mean, it was like mega whopper deluxe. And it was a beautiful day, mild wind. I got my car cleaned. Oh, thank you. This is a great day. Thank you so much for watching. And we are getting much closer to getting that Ford Falcon Futura in my garage and disassembling that for its restoration. So look forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. I'll see you next time. Bye. I don't have a lot of time because I work a full-time job and I've got like 30 minutes before I have to go to work. So I'm about to power project, okay? What does power project look like? This. There's no time to pull the car around when you're power working.
I forgot that doing this kind of a job requires you to kind of lay under the dashboard, one of my least favorite places to be. And it was hard to even get the correct leverage to get this screw in. Now I should put 2 screws in, but after I got the first one in, my battery on my drill died. That's all I got. And if you're wondering how I turned that silver screw black, I used rim paint. Baby! Black rim paint.